All right. Good morning, everybody. We should be live. I am going to be checking our YouTubes, make sure that we're going live. We're live on two different YouTube channels. There we go. Boom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. Welcome to the Monday kickoff call with the Freedom Organization. My name is David Adam Kurz. If you've never joined me before, I am a coach and owner of the Freedom Organization. We're a coaching and consulting company. And we like to do this Monday kickoff. We like to do this Monday kickoff because we believe that we can help everyone, the world, enjoy Monday again, right? We're going to make Monday great again. Okay, guys. So we believe that we want to bring Monday to the table. We want people to be excited to wake up, get on this call, do things with us. But additionally, what we really want is we want folks to be ready for the week. We want people to be pumped, to be excited, to be ready to take over the week. And what we do is we take a lot of the experiences that we see happening to the people around us in the world, we bring it to the forefront and help people see how successful they can truly be if they just wake up Monday morning and take action to do the things that they need to do. So last week, I was in the city of Chesapeake, Virginia. We did a Freedom Day there. For those of you that don't know Freedom Day is an event that I take around the country, and it's a 4-hour coaching intensive. And we had about 110 people in the room. It was absolutely amazing. Shout out to Tanya Thompson, who put the whole thing together. And the event itself, the setup, everything was incredible. And what I will say is, good morning, Guy. What's going on, sir? What I will say is that all 110 people stuck around for the 4-hour intensive. We killed it in there. But more importantly, I got some feedback from folks, and we were making jokes about morning opportunities or morning routines. And we were talking about how the most successful people in the world have a morning routine, and a part of that morning is just specifically making it about them, right? Now, by the time you get here to this call, 8:30 Monday morning, it's too late, right? Like, you've already burnt away the morning, because once we get off this call, it's almost 9 o'clock. You should be, like, right now, many of you are dropping kids off at school, or you just got back from dropping them off. The rush has begun, right? You're kicking ass and the rush has begun. And so what we spent some time talking about is before that, before the rush begins, before the kids get up, before the spouse gets up, before the world wakes up, before your phone starts ringing, before the TikToks happen, before the Instagram reels catch your attention, before your phone rings, before voicemails, before emails, what happens then? What happens at that point? What are you doing for you? Is it exercise? Is it meditation? Is it prayer? Is it yoga? Is it, there's a million, reading a book, just taking a chapter and putting it in. There's so many different things that you can do that benefit you in the morning. I'll be honest with you. One of the things that I like to do in the morning is listen to YouTube videos. I go to YouTube and I find educational videos, motivational videos, people I like to follow, hear what they have to say. And I get into the vibe of education. I get into the vibe of learning more. I get into the vibe of listening to things that I've heard over and over and over and over and over again. And reintroducing it to my head, so that it becomes content that gets burned into my head, so that I can naturally act upon the things that matter the most. And so, when you're thinking about how your day operates, and you're thinking about the one time of the day that you have for you, the morning has to be it. The morning is how you introduce your day to yourself. The morning is how you really get excited for your day. The morning is how you implement to you and take care of you. And one thing you'll hear me constantly say is that if you have family, if you have friends, if you have people that depend on you on a daily basis, you then have to take care of you first. And I hope that makes tremendous sense to you guys, because when you don't take care of yourself, you risk illness, you risk health issues, you risk yourself, you risk your body, your mind. And when you do that, it becomes harder and sometimes impossible to take care of the people around you. So if you're responsible for other people, you need to be very careful about going 100% in on those people all the time and never giving yourself an activity, never giving yourself time, never giving yourself a position, never giving yourself an opportunity to do something for you. And so we take this to a level where we say, if I were to challenge you to do something, I would challenge you to find time for you in the mornings, find time to take care of yourself, find time to love yourself. If you don't do this, trust me when I tell you, coming from me, a person who does find time in the morning, a person who does find time for himself, and still with the amount of work that we've put in, or I've put in, still had a heart attack, still suffered some illnesses, still had some health issues, because the levels of stress and the levels of effort that go into becoming a successful entrepreneur, they're not small levels. They're big levels. They're strong levels. They're levels that you have to fight and compete on in a regular basis. Okay, I'm going to bring Jeannie up in here to talk with us. She decided. What's up, girl? How are you?
Hey, good morning.
I see you listening in the background. I love. So Jeannie comes on and she puts push your limits underneath her name there, which is, it goes great with kind of what we're talking about right now, right? So yeah, because look, you know, so I was telling everybody I was in Chesapeake, Virginia last week, and we had a group of people and we started talking about the mornings. We started talking, like picking on people. What time do you wake up? What time do you wake up? And then we challenged the people, like the people are like 8 o'clock and 7:30. We like had them stand and was okay, so cool. When is you time? And they don't really have an answer. They're going all in, right? And this game of entrepreneurship, it will take so much away from you that if you don't give yourself time, if you don't give yourself something in return, you could physically and mentally hurt yourself, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Some of these late 30s and the person that was a few months ago, maybe a few weeks ago, I was like, man, it's so early. And I do want to have priority of my time. But in the last 2 weeks, and hopefully you guys can hold me accountable and continue to make me inspired, motivated. But I've been waking up at 4:30 and getting myself at the gym at 5. So let's see, we're going to continue because honestly, I love it. I've had a couple hours to myself to read and do what I can. And now I can show up for you guys.
That's awesome. So we got comments 5 every day. I love it, which is cool because Guy Courtney is in Cypress, Texas, which means he's an hour behind us. And so for those of you on the East Coast logging in with us at 8:30 in the morning, Guy's jumping in at 7:30 in the morning, right? And so think about the mix that everybody's going through on a daily grind and on a daily basis. And he's jumping in right in the middle of that mix. So I appreciate you guys for jumping in. But, this is the content that we're digging in on, because you're now saying you're waking up at 4:30, hitting the gym at 5 o'clock, gives you a couple hours to do things like reading and things of that nature, right? And, we had conversations and we go, like, what is it that you want to do? Meditate, pray, find things like, go outside and garden, right? Like there was one lady that said she gardens. She's like, her garden's her place, right? And I was like, wow, that's genius. 6:30 in the morning, sun is not beaming on you, right? You get to go outside, you get to mess with your plants, clean up the garden. It's you time. Nobody's calling you. You don't have to stop what you're doing, pick up your phone. It's you time. And listen, I want to harp. It gets me emotional to talk about this because, look, ladies and gentlemen, when I had my heart attack, and I'm in pretty good shape, okay, but I happened to put in most of the time 13 to 15-hour days. And surely that's why I had a heart attack, right? It wasn't because I was out of shape. I got no cholesterol issues. I didn't need a stent. There were no blockages. Like, none of that happened. But when you sit down, or let me rephrase this, when you're laying down in a hospital bed, you ever heard those things, Jeannie, where they go, the person in the hospital bed usually discusses regrets, right? Like,
Right.
I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that, and the feeling was similar for me laying in that hospital bed, but it was a little bit different because for me, I have looked at my girls, my wife and my daughter, and they were sitting in the room, they were trying to sleep, and they refused to leave the hospital that first night. And I'm opening my eyes, looking at them going, I almost fucked this up. Right. And so I get emotional discussing it because there has to be time that you give yourself to heal. There has to be time because listen, this grind is every day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're in your 20s, don't have a 20s. I'm being honest. Like, don't enjoy your 20s. When your boys want to go to the club and they want to get fucked up and they want to have fun and they want to do all this shit, ignore that noise. Go make money.
Go build.
Go build. Don't burn on a Saturday night what took you 2 days to earn, right? Like, go build and leave those guys to do what they do and make all the money that you can so that in your 30s and in your 40s, you're a game changer, wealthy individual. And the clubs, they change because you're going to clubs in Milan, right? Like it different. It's different, right? Now, some of us didn't have a 20s because we were in the military and we were married, right, Jeannie? Right?
Mm-hmm. I'm living my 20s right now.
Exactly. So we had to raise kids and do all this other stuff, which had us start the game a little bit later than some other folks have this opportunity. Cool. Right. That's fine. I never intended to have a 40s anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to go in hard. And for me, it's different than somebody in their 20s. If somebody in their 20s could fall into the mindset of going in hard every single day, right? Then that person is going to change their lives in their 30s, 40s, 50s. When they hit my age, they're going to be in a completely different situation. They'll be 10x what I am today, right? Absolutely. But when you're 20 and you're 22 and you're 23, it's hard to not have fun, especially if you're not married and don't have kids, right? When I was in my 20s, I already had kids. I had a career in the Marine Corps. I was already doing it. I was already a family man with responsibilities. As my kids got older, I got to adapt more. I got to get educated. I got a master's degree. I did things like that. And I got to focus on my career and open other businesses and test drive businesses and try things out and have hiccups and lose businesses and grow businesses and sell businesses. I've had all these crazy, great opportunities. And now we're in this position where we're building in go mode. But when you're building in your 20s and you have an 18-hour day, it's not the same as when you're 40 years old. You know what I mean? When you're 48 years old and you have an 18-hour day, right? It's a whole different grind, man. Let me tell you, when I go to Texas and we out there building this title company, New World Title in Texas, I got meetings from 8 a.m. till sometimes 2 a.m. Yeah. That's a long damn day,
Yeah. Well, I catch myself too right now making those choices. And honestly, without even trying, like I'm in my 40s and I don't even care to drink anymore. Like I could be out in an environment where we're having a good time, which I was a few weeks ago with Rick Ross performing like 2 feet away from me. And here I am drinking water, but guess what? I had the time of my life. I felt great. The next morning I was up again at 7 to hit the conference and, I was very productive. And so you got to make those choices.
So this is what I want to leave everyone with, because we're about to hit this 15-minute mark. You get to decide you get to decide what time you wake up in the morning. And that decision will set the pace for the rest of your day. And that decision, if you give yourself time to heal in the morning, will give you more opportunity to grind throughout the day. Because we brought up 2 or 3 topics today. One topic was waking up early and conquering your morning. The next topic was grinding out, like really like forgetting you have a life and going all in. And Jeannie brought up a third topic very quickly, but an important topic. You get to make decisions on the good and the bad and the ugly in your life, right? And for her, she just mentioned drinking. For anybody else, it'd be anything else, but you get to make the decision at that moment. How do I want to wake up in the morning? Right? Because if you go out drinking all night, that 5 a.m. wake up call is going to be really difficult. It's going to be really hard, right? But if you don't, then that 5 a.m. makes more sense. And when you start waking up at 5 a.m. and your people try to distract you with 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. outings, you're going to start saying no more often. Those are choices that you get to have. Those are decisions that you get to make. And those decisions, they chip away at the block of your business and the block of your life. And you get to decide, I want to build big business. I want to find balance. I just want to have more life than I have business. All of those choices are yours. You can make, okay money and have a grand life with your family or whatever. You can make a lot of money, but you got to know you're going to sacrifice family time. Like there are differences in the choices that you make. The choice is yours. So we challenge you this week, find time for you in the morning, not at 2 a.m. when everybody goes to sleep and you're like, this is my time.
Yeah, but we know what happens throughout the day. We get caught up and it won't happen, right?
I had somebody tell me, what if you work better at night? And I go, that's because you haven't tried the morning. Don't give me that shit. You know what I mean? You're going to tell me that you're going to work all day long and be exhausted from the entire day's battles, right? And then all of a sudden at night, you get like a second wind and you wake up to like work and build and design and project and read. And no, guys, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Okay. So that's my challenge to you guys this week. We build upon the challenges, guys. If you're making your calls, keep kicking ass, right? If you're meeting with clients, keep kicking ass. If you're getting listings and buyers, keep doing it, man. If you're marketing, keep doing it. If you're building on social media, keep doing it. Like all of this matters. It all helps you in your business. But how do you help you? And so the challenge this week is wake up in the morning earlier. Give yourself more time. You don't have to go cold turkey, by the way. You don't have to go from waking up at 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. You could ease your way back. Go from 8 to 6:30, from 6:30 to 5:45, from 5:45 to 5 over a 2-3 week period. Give your body time to adjust so it's not such a big shocker and then you quit so quickly. Build upon it appropriately. That's the challenge right there. And then the next challenge I'm going to give you this week is make good, solid choices that will benefit your life. That will, I've been saying this a lot lately, that will move the needle in your business. Okay. That's what you want. That's what you want. You've seen that heartbeat needle that goes like this when you're testing the heart, right? That's what you want. You want things in your life that are going to make that needle move and they're going to create excitement in your life and business, man. Jeannie, thank you for jumping on today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
For a while, the most famous redhead in all of America.
Sometimes you gotta disappear, work on yourself, and then come back in a little bit stronger every time.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining me this morning. Much love to you. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, tune in every single Monday. We're here every single Monday for 15 to 20 minutes. It's freedommondaykickoff.com. If you go to freedommondaykickoff.com, you register name, email address, phone number. Our team will send you reminders of these events. Okay. And then we've got some great stuff coming up. October 10th first of all, I'm going to be in Vegas this week. So if anybody is going to be in the Vegas area and you want to catch up, I'm in for 1 day. So I would love to catch up, maybe have a little drink, or maybe we make a decision to drink water. I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Right. You know, there's some like mushroom drinks there too that gives you a little good feeling, and they're healthy.
Right, there you go. Healthy drinks. We're gonna meet up and have green juices, okay? And then the week after that, October 10th, we're doing a big event in San Antonio. November 6th, we're doing an event in San Diego. And November 21st, we are hosting Tom Ferry in San Antonio, Texas. So ladies and gentlemen, we are moving. This year's gonna be crazy. Beginning of December, we'll be in New York City. And then that'll close out the year. And then I'll keep you guys posted, because next year we intend to do a 15-city tour with Freedom Day. And it's going to be bananas, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned, be a part of it, join our academy, see us here every single Monday morning. And much love to everybody. And I hope that you take these challenges and run with them, right? I hope you take these challenges and run with them. 1% per day. There you go, buddy. All right. See you guys soon. Thank you, Jeannie, for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You too.